Hi, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Sam. I am a professionally trained beauty and special effects makeup artist, former makeup artist, I guess. I used to freelance, I don't anymore, but I do still love playing with makeup. So, since it's spooky season, I am going to show you guys how to do a very quick prosthetic application. Today I'm using a silicone prosthetic. It's a silicone small caliber bullet wound. I'm gonna do it just directly in the center of my forehead, just because I feel like that's probably the easiest place to see. So yeah, one thing I do suggest spending some money on if you're gonna do it, prosthetics. Prosthetics are like impossible to make at home. Good quality ones anyway, unless you're gonna use liquid latex to make your own prosthetics, but those aren't as good of a quality as if you were to actually purchase foam latex prosthetics or silicone prosthetics from an actual manufacturer that makes special effects application prosthetics. So yeah, that's my little rant. Anyway, first things first, as you can see, I do have a full face of makeup on. If you want to see how I got this look, it is going to be in a separate video. I'm not sure which one is going to be posted first, so if that look is posted first, then I will put it in a card or link it down below. Anyway, I'm going to take some micellar water and a Q-tip and just clear off the area of my forehead that I am planning on doing this prosthetic. So that's drying. The first thing I'm gonna do is lay down a layer of Prosthetic used to apply prosthetics. It's a technically medical grade glue, but it's used in special effects to apply prosthetics. So, oh, a bowl just popped. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay a layer of it down where that clear spot on my forehead is. I am using little disposable sponges. I would not recommend using your regular makeup brushes for any of this because it's probably not gonna end well, especially with Prosthetic. You will ruin them. So just FYI. Okay, so then while the layer on my forehead is drying, I'm gonna take my prosthetic, which is a silicone, an encapsulated silicone prosthetic, and I am going to put a layer of Prosthetic on the back of it. You want to wait until it gets clear before you stick things together. So this layer on my forehead is starting to get clear. I'm waiting for the one, transfer it into my hand. I'm waiting for the one in my hand to get clear on the back as well. And then we are gonna place it in the center. So when you place your prosthetics, I'm gonna try to show you, but my hands are gonna kind of be in the way, so it might be a little difficult. But when you place your prosthetics, you wanna start with putting the middle down and then work your way outward to avoid any weird wrinkling or bumps. Okay, so it should be stuck now. And I have Prosthetic all over my thumbs. Anyway, so for encapsulated silicone like this, acetone is what works best to break away the edges and blend them in to the rest of your skin. I went ahead and grabbed some acetone and this little Delium Tools brush, and I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna tug on the edge a little bit And then I'm just gonna gently tap at the edges. And you'll see that they kind of pull away. So this is a little stippling sponge. So we're gonna take a little bit of Prosade on our little stippling sponge. And we are going to stipple over these edges that have now gonna come up. So I'm just gonna go around and press them down as best I can. And then I'm gonna take some Prosade and we're just gonna stipple around it. Normally, I would go in with some Prosade cream, but I'm actually out at the moment and didn't realize it. So we are improvising a little bit. Prosade is dry, so if your edges are not really smooth to your skin and you don't have Prosade cream, I would say, if they're not smooth to your skin and you don't have Prosade cream, just stipple your Prosade in a couple layers around the edges and it'll build up without creating a harsh ridge between where the prosthetic is and where your skin is. If you have Prosade cream, makes it a million times easier. You'll just take your Prosade cream with a palette knife, which I'll pull mine out so you can see it. So you're gonna take your Prosade cream on your palette knife, focus on your palette knife, and you're gonna go over the edge and the prosthetic. So you're gonna put it like on the edge right there with the Prosade cream on it, and you're just gonna drag around it. Another way to do it is take a little bit, start on the outside of it, and just drag toward that edge. What it's gonna do is the Prosade cream is gonna create a little like ramp from your skin to the top of the edge of the prosthetic, and then you're gonna do the same thing that you did with the that we did with the Prosade, stippling some liquid Prosade around on top of it, and that'll give you like seamless edges. I would have done that if I had Prosade cream. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is grab a powder puff and a translucent, you can use a makeup setting powder for this, which is actually what I'm gonna do. Just make sure it's translucent. So we're loading up powder on our powder puff, and then we are going to press the edges of our prosthetic. And the reason we're doing that, I need to grab some more powder. The reason we're doing that is because Prosade is super sticky, so you have to set it. Once you are successfully powdered, you should be able to touch it and it not stick to you. Alrighty, and now we just gotta paint. So first thing I'm gonna do is match my skin tone. So I'm gonna use alcohol paints, just because it's a little bit easier for me, but if you don't have alcohol paints, you can use cream paints, you can use foundations. Just go in with a light hand because foundation can really bring out texture, and if your edges aren't perfect, your foundation on top of it might accentuate some crazy edges. So just keep that in mind. But you can totally use like cream paints from Halloween stores, or so I'm gonna go in with my It's an Illustrator palette, a Skin Illustrator palette. This is a special, I think it's a special edition one, from when I was in school for makeup, actually. The guy who designed these is named Thomas Supernaw. He was my instructor in school. He's worked on a lot of things like The Grinch, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, really cool guy. Anyway, so that's what these are from. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the skin tone. So closest thing in here to my skin tone is this color right here. So that's what I'm gonna grab, and I'm just going to stipple it over the edges. We're not going like super opaque, we're just stippling it in, because as you can see, it's a fairly close blend right now. I'm gonna use another one of those disposable sponges. Disposable sponges are like a special effects artist's best friend, by the way. Anyway, I'm gonna tear the edges off so we don't have any harsh lines. I'm gonna pick up that skin tone shade, and all I'm gonna do is just gently stipple around the edges. And if there's an area where it looks like there might be too high of a concentration of color, just tap over it with your finger and kind of breaks it up a little bit. Next step, it's already kind of pink around it, so I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of red. Same from those alcohol paints, different one, but another Skin Illustrator palette. I'm just gonna go in and stipple a little bit of red. So I'm gonna use a black stippling sponge this time. And then I'm just gonna stipple a little bit, like right on top. And then I'm gonna take a black. Okay, so I'm picking up some of the black from that Skin Illustrator palette, and I'm just gonna go in and stipple. You know, I realized making these videos that I say okay about 10,000 times. I'm gonna try to stop. I'm making a conscious effort to stop. I don't know how successful I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna try. Next thing I'm gonna do is take some scab blood. So again, I'm sorry, a lot of this stuff is like stuff that I don't think you can purchase, but there's a ton of different bloods out there. Krylon sells a pretty good blood. I think Graftobian sells a pretty good blood, scab blood. Anyway, I have these again from Thomas Supernaw. And I'm gonna go in with my scab blood. I think this one's the little one. Yeah. I'm gonna go in with my scab blood, which is this guy. Focus, please. This guy. I'm gonna pick up some of that scab blood. And I'm gonna place it in that little kind of light pink area right around where the black is. And then I'm gonna take my darker blood, scab blood, which is kind of like a gross, like brown color. And I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the center. And the last thing I wanna do is take, that's the wrong lid, and I just got fake blood all over it. Anyway, so the last thing I want to do is take some dark runny blood, and I'm gonna use the black stippling sponge again, and we are gonna pick up some of that blood yeah, that's it. Super fun to do. Looks pretty cool for Halloween if you want to be bloody and gory. And yeah, I love doing stuff like this. So if you would like to see more small stuff like this, I have more wound prosthetics that are a little bigger, a little more complicated, that I would be happy to show you guys how to use. So please let me know if that is something that you would be interested in. Sorry, I'm just trying to clean this up a little bit because I don't love the way that it looked. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you like stuff like this, please let me know. If you have any requests of special effects stuff for me to do before Halloween is up. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.